Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I did this jazz gig where we played some originals and some standards. And at some point, we played the rhythm changes, the classic. I got rhythm style tune. So when I listened back to the recording of the gig, I found out that in the section I didn't feel as confident as in the rest of the tunes. So I'm going to show you how I usually fix a weak spot, so to speak, in my playing, in my improvisation. And I'm going to show you with a bebop type phrase. But this could be any type of phrase. If you want something more modern, you can come up with something a bit more modern. If you want something that sounds less like a pattern, because a lot of people feel that the bebop stuff sounds a little bit like a pattern. So you can create your own phrase, but the process will still be the same. So in a rhythm changes in B flat will be F minus 7 or something along the lines of F minus 7 to B flat 7 to E flat major 7 to E diminished, or E flat minor to A flat 7. Again, there are different variations of that. And the phrase that I picked sounds something like this. And it ends on a D minor. You can see it here overlaid to the video. The first thing I would do is to transpose that phrase into different keys. I'm going to show you a few keys. I won't go through all the 12 keys. Obviously, the logic is to try still to think of the chords underneath the progression underneath that phrase. So I'm going to pretend I'm in C major. Obviously, I'm going to the 4, so I'm going to F. So it's going to be a 2, 5, 1 to F, G minus 7, C7 to F major 7 to F minus 7. So then I wanted to play the F. I'm going to try and find a different area. So in F, rhythm changes will go to B flat, so C minor. That's the phrase. Then I want to play B flat, which is like the original key. You get the idea. I'm going to go through 12 different keys. And once I've done that, I want to now play the rhythm changes in all 12 keys. And every time I get to the bridge, I'm going to play that phrase. Okay, so I have something that is pre-made that I know that works. I don't want to improvise on the bridge. I want to improvise in the rest of this section. So I want to try not to play it in B flat now. I'm going to play a rhythm changes in F. Okay. So you can see what the idea is. Like I'm trying to forge something that I know works in that section, and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through this process with, let's say, 6 or 7 more phrases until my brain really understands what what works and where that section is and where the good notes are. And I have enough information, I have enough vocabulary to fix that weak spot, so to speak. As I said, I showed this with jazz, but it might work with a lot of other styles. I know that in pop and rock, some things are very much visual, and some patterns are very much, uh, based on a fingering. Based on a fingering. Stuff like that might only work in one way, but by trying to transpose things, I really feel that connects all your senses, the senses that are involved with playing guitar, which are obviously touch in terms of like knowing where you are on the fretboard, the visual sight, where things are visually, the shapes, your oral, your hearing. So uh, when you're playing, you want to be able to sing and use your musical imagination and instantly transcribe, connect your fingers so that you can replicate that on the guitar. And all of this, when you transpose, you're basically teaching your body to connect all these senses so that uh, things happen uh, as you play, so to speak. Hope this makes sense. Again, if you found value in this video, please consider sending it to somebody that might find some value as well. Of course, the more you like and subscribe, the algorithm will share this information through YouTube and the guitar community. Please check out the links in the description as well, because there's some stuff that I give for free and for a donation on my website as well. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.